All right, you didn't need to put your whole hand, just the finger, but that's okay. What I want you to know is, number one, you've got to be patient with what's going on in your life because your brain is spinning. You're trying to take care of so many things and you're not doing a prioritizing here that is very, very important for you to do so that you can get things done the way you want. There is something I'm feeling in the abdominal area. I'm very uncomfortable. I am feeling very, very bloated, and this in turn is affecting my lower back. So when I'm looking at this, I'm feeling that you may need to, one, have a change in your diet. Two, you're going to need to do some kind of exercise that keeps the back fluid and supple. Yoga might be very, very good for you, or Tai Chi or Qigong. Something that's going to be gentle on the back. Old injury here that I'm looking at, right in this area. Also, what I am picking up is that you've got some kind of dental work that needs to be done. And I'm seeing tears flowing down your face because you have a grief over something in the past and it's time to release it. But you've got to talk about it. There is someone that you need to be able to speak about this to so that you can have the grief released, so you can make peace with it and it will go away. And there are a number of people on the other side related to you by blood that feel like it's their responsibility to help you stay on track with what you need to pay attention to. You've got to pay attention to detail. Okay, next person. Do not push. You don't need a hand, just the light touch of the finger. All right, what I'm looking at is very important that you take care of financial responsibilities. There is a lot that you're facing, you're concerned, you're sort of feeling like you're stuck, as if there's nothing that you're really able to do right now. When I'm watching you in my mind, I want to say, number one, you're not stuck. There is no obstacle around you. Number two, you need to be able to look at the financial picture that you're concerned about with clarity. This will take a conversation with someone that will enable you to see how you can go step one, step two, step three, so that you can smooth some things out financially that make you anxious. You're going to find that this is a hard-working year. This is not a year to take lightly. This is a year to really look at the loose ends that are there and what you have to take care of. Take care of the small things, then the bigger things you're going to be able to reach out to. Do not let someone who has a mouth that's filled with razors, that's the image I'm getting. There is a person that is very, very sharp in their words. They're not kind, they're very, very negative. Every time they open their mouth, I feel like razors come out and will cut someone. You're very vulnerable to criticism. You need to not take criticism personally. If you want to diffuse the relationship, the angst that you get from interacting with this individual, you need to realize you thank them for the criticism and say, thank you very much. I'll consider what you've said, and then just be about your business. Don't take it personally, because they are a saboteur and they do it in an undertone. It's sort of like someone saying, gee, you look great, but gee, listen, haven't you gained about 20 pounds in the last 20 months? You don't want to do that. You don't want to let them get to you. And again, I have the image of like razors coming out of their mouth, and they can cause a lot of harm. Only if you let it. You deflect it, it will not affect you at all. Also, you need an eye exam, left eye problem, right eye, something with the eyes and the muscles. I don't know what's going on here or what you're doing, but you need to have a good eye exam. Take care of those eyes, because there is something that will require surgery, 5, 10, maybe 15 years. Could be that far out that how you take care of your eyes right now will make all the difference. Okay, next. All right, when I'm looking at you, the very thing I want to say is to use caution with your driving. It is very important. Safety first. Do not speed. Do not get anxious. You must pay attention to the conditions that you are going to find yourself driving in. I'm also looking at a very fine jewel. And as I'm looking at the jewel, it's suspended on a pendant. The jewel is multifaceted. I would want to call it a crystal, but yet I'm seeing it as I'm watching it becoming a very, very deep green. It implies to me that there is something about the healing arts that you yourself must become involved with so that you can answer the questions for yourself regarding your own innate talents and abilities. Don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to investigate different environments. What I am looking at is that because of you and your awareness and the interest in the healing arts in a particular area, you're going to find yourself being able to help other people in a very, very significant way. I like what I'm seeing here, but I want to say you're fearful. I don't understand why you're fearful of exploring a new modality. Also, you love to be in the outdoors, and I would recommend that whenever you are feeling this deep ache that comes within you, it is deep within my chest. It's affecting my heart, it's affecting my digestive system, and to me it's a form of grief. And what I'm looking at is that you need to make sure that you get yourself outside, so that it could be gardening, it could be walking, it could be any number of things, but you get yourself outside so that you can let this feeling go, so that it will be released. And in that sense, you're going to move forward. But there is a commitment here to an area in the healing arts. What it is at this moment, I don't know, but that is what this faceted jewel is representing. And the depth of the green is really varying right now. It goes from a crystal white into this very, very deep, rich emerald green. So be wise, pay attention. Also, inner ear problem, balance, vertigo. This is something that if you don't get enough rest, you get highly stressed. Vertigo can hit you and hit you hard. Just remember, you'll get enough warning before it would be what I call pretty intense. Okay. Thank you. All right, what I'm looking at here is you're sort of waffling back and forth. I'm getting a seesaw. I'm looking at a seesaw here. You're going up and down and up and down, and you've got some other people around you, and there are some people that are on the seesaw with you. Sometimes you have one individual on the other end of the seesaw. Other times you have multiple people on the end of the seesaw. You're trying to do a balancing act, and this is not good. You need to remember that they are responsible for their lives and for what they do. So you need to get off of the seesaw so that your life is more stable. What I am looking at also is education is very important. I want you to start reading materials that you really have an interest in, and I want you to recognize that reading those materials will really make a great deal of difference in your thinking and in your change in your environment. If you do it, and if you make those changes and you are alert and aware to the aspects of change that you're bringing in, your life is going to be so much richer. There are tears that have been in the recent past, and I'm looking at them presently, but I want you to know they're going to dry up and they're going to go away. And you have an awareness. You seem to attract some very strange personalities into your environment, but that's not bad. They bring a gift to you. Every one of these unusual people, either professionally or physically, there's something unique about each one of them. They bring you a gift that allows you to see how you can adapt, and you can be more versatile in your expression in life than what you have been to this date. Don't worry about money. You're going to be fine. You might let me know when we have the last person. All right, the first thing I'm getting is you're highly sensitive to people, and you need to choose environments very carefully, because sometimes when you're in certain environments, you pick up on the feelings of everyone that's around you, and it can almost make you sick. You need to learn the skill of detachment so that you don't take on other people's stuff. You don't need to be a garbage can for them. Now, there's quite a bit of traveling coming up for you. I'd like for you to attend something like Toastmasters or a debating class or a public speaking class, because you are going to be speaking in front of other people. This is extraordinarily important for you, and you may say, gee, I don't know that I really want to do that. But the truth is that you have a presence and you have a power when you're ready to speak, and it makes a difference to people. So you're going to find that developing an ease with speaking is going to make all the difference in the world for you on so many different levels of your life. Now, what I am looking at here, and I'm getting a bit of confusion, I am looking at a one-eyed man. Now, he has passed over. I'm watching him around you, and he has a patch over one eye. And he is saying you have to be careful of materials that you work with. For example, if you were doing crafts or anything like this, always look at safety first. He had a piece of metal that went into his eye, up into his brain. And he said, there is something that you're doing that if you're not careful, it could even be out in the garden. You could be out in the garden, but you need to remember safety first. Make sure you protect your eyes, because there's a potential of an accident. So he's saying, be aware. You don't want to end up losing your vision, as I did, in one eye, and suffering problems that you should not have. Also, there is something else that's going on here. I am looking at you wanting to hoard money. And I want to say, don't be concerned. You're going to have everything that you need, but you are going to have to be thoughtful, and you need to become educated about how you use money. You can be totally financially independent within 10, maybe 12 years, could be as long as 15 years, but you can be totally, completely independent financially if you're willing to take the tiny steps, plan, organize, and hold to the plan. You don't have to be fearful of not having enough. Okay, Mike, is that it? Oh, one more person, okay. What I'm looking at right off the bat is a merry-go-round, and I'm seeing you celebrating. Now, this is a merry-go-round like you find at Disneyland that has all of these magnificent animals on it. It's just absolutely beautiful. However, you're becoming disillusioned with certain things in your life. You are not feeling as if you want to stay on the merry-go-round, as nice as it looks. Give yourself about 6 to 8 months. Plan out what it is you'd like to shift into. And then if you do that, you're going to find that by this time next year, you're going to have a whole new agenda in place. Now, I'm feeling a digestive discomfort, and I think there may be something in your dietary planning that you're not paying attention to. And all you need to do is make a slight shift, and it'll make all the difference in the world. But pay attention. You're not going to need to necessarily go see a specialist. All you have to do is really pay attention to what's going on within the body. And when you do that, then that is going to enable you to see how you could change other things in your dietary format, and that is going to work out very, very well for you. So this is something you are learning about. You're very interested in health, you're very interested in education, you are very interested in making a major change in your life professionally and otherwise. Give yourself time. If you try to make it happen too quickly, you're going to be disappointed. If you try to make money the orientation, you're going to be disappointed. But remember, this is the time for you to explore, this is the time for you to investigate, this is the time for you to really dig down deep inside yourself for what you know is right for you to do. And I would say you're going to be breaking out into a whole new arena of activity, and that is going to be by 2018, October the 17th, and between then and 2025, you're totally resculpting your life.